Hello everyone, welcome to another PlanCo Spotlight. Today we will be embarking on an adventure as we look at X-Pedition, a track ride by a user named Dextro. My name is CommandoSanta and I will be your host for today. X-Pedition is a dark ride that has all the properties of a high-quality themed dark ride where you explore what looks to be a forgotten temple. You progress through the temples, dodging traps and encountering the local wildlife that has come to seek refuge in this temple. It has elements of thrill that constantly keeps you at the edge of your seat through the entire ride. Now, let's take a closer look at X-Pedition. Now, the ride starts out here at the station. The station seems to be a very open air station where, you just kind of line up all these cars. You can almost have the guests kind of work their way into the cars all at once if they're here, and then they can move them on into the ride at variable increments, which is actually very nice. I would say my only complaint with this would be that I think the station needs a little bit more lighting. In the Steam Workshop page for this ride, there was all the photos were actually at nighttime, so I expected that this ride would be pretty much tailored towards the nighttime experience, which it is. I mean, inside the dark ride, you get a lot of great stuff, a lot of great views, a lot of great atmosphere at night, which works really well. But I think the station would need a little bit more of some white lights, or at least some yellow lighting, just to kind of light up the station so people can see where they are. Now, I'm trying to go through this without spoiling the entire experience, but Dextro did really well with kind of showing off the different ways you can do things with lighting in this game. As you can see, especially in this scene in particular, you have a lot of different color variations of the lights that kind of draw your eye to different locations, and I really enjoyed this part right here. Now, before I spoil anything else, let's actually get into the ride and enjoy it firsthand, and then afterwards we're going to talk about it a little bit more in detail. I really enjoyed how the way he used all the pieces in here, especially all the different traps and the almost like cinematic effects that Planet Coaster kind of gives that you can use in your track rides. This corridor in particular I really enjoyed because this almost keeps you on your toes in such a way where it is actually kind of a scary thing, because you get the beams there that are actually cracking, spiders coming down to try and get you. It's very exciting and almost has an element of horror to it. And that corridor itself actually leads into one of my favorite corridors. It's when this ball actually rolls down and almost hits the carriage that you're riding on before it rolls back up into itself. The only thing I would try and fix is the way the ball comes back. I would try and make it so it doesn't intersect with the door there, but I'm not sure if that's a trigger thing. That could be something you should be able to fix. And going back on the way he does the traps, this room right here is my favorite. The way these little spinning twigs of death kind of roll around and actually miss the cart every single time. It's almost like you are on your own adventure. When that track ride comes outside, I really enjoy all the lighting he did, where everything kind of lights up as it goes across. It almost reminds you of a Forgotten Temple, which is exactly where I think he was trying to get with this. The way this ride progresses, you obviously are progressing to one almost grand finale, which I would call this section right here. This section was actually incorporated very well, I have to say. It is a very grand room, and you kind of come in here and you can kind of feel the heat as you're in here, and it's very, very exciting. It's a great way to end the ride. I think there's one more corridor after this and you're back to the station. So now I know Planet Coaster can be kind of weird when it comes to textures interlocking with each other, if you can actually see right here. One of my complaints is he could have spent a little bit more time trying to get this texture clipping kind of under wrap a little bit. Especially with a dark ride like this, you have to be very careful with the way you do your textures. A little tip for people trying to get this actually to work correctly is, as long as you just have one piece like this, and this isn't going to work for everything, you can actually move it out just the slightest bit where it almost still looks like it's flush, but this texture plane is like maybe a pixel over the other texture plane, and you get rid of that clipping where it causes that kind of stuff. Other than that, the way this whole ride is laid out was absolutely fantastic. I actually, as we were going through this ride, I actually get lost in where we are in the building itself, and I actually have to stop and remember that this is actually just a building. None of this is underground. This room right here in particular really shows off the way he does this perfect lighting in such a way where you feel like you're underground. This is the room I almost was trying to explain earlier, where I actually forget that this is actually a building that's not underground at all. But this section here looks like it's completely underground with the rock walls and everything and the lava pit. Just the way the lighting works and everything, he really hit the nail on the head with this one right here. So I say hats off to you, Dextro. This ride, X-Pedition, was one of my favorite track rides I've seen on the Steam Workshop in a long while. I'll gladly be keeping this and showing all my friends for sure. We would like to thank Dextro for submitting your workshop item to us so we were able to make this video to create more awareness for Special Effect. The link to Dextro's workshop item and social media accounts can be found in the description, as well as the website to Special Effect and our donation page for Just Giving. Thank you so much for watching this Spotlight video. Make sure to submit your workshop creations to us via the link in the description, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more amazing creations. My name is CommandoSanta, and you'll find all my information in the description as well. We are PlanCo Spotlights, and we hope to see you in our next Spotlight.